Jess, and today I'm going to give you my October wrap up. And I know this is late, this is like halfway through November, but I filmed it and then I never edited it because I'm not a NaNoWriMo, so this is what you're getting. And I didn't really read a lot in October, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. So the first book I read in November was the first book I read in October was a review book, and that was The Memory Keepers by Natasha Nan. This was given to me by Hotkey Books for an honest review, and I have a review of it, so I will link that down below. And yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I say it all in my review. I think I gave it 5 stars. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, so that's how much I loved it. It was so good. I really just love the concept of this. It's about a world in which memories can be bought and sold and used against people in criminal trials. It's really good. The next book I read was Burn for Burn by Siobhan Vivian and Jenny Han, and this was my first Jenny Han book, and lots of people love Jenny Han, so I had really high expectations for it, and it was really good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's a bit cheesy, a bit cliche, but I needed that at the time. I'm still in a really big reading slump, but this one I got through pretty quickly because of the subject matter is quite easy to relate to, easy to read. It's sort of like John Tucker Must Die, where these 3 girls try and get revenge on people that have done them wrong, and it's really good, and I want to read the second book in this series, so I will be getting that soon. The next book I read was a graphic novel, and that was The Walking Dead Volume 5, The Best Defense, I think it is. It was just like all the other Walking Dead volumes I've read. I don't really have a lot to say about the Walking Dead graphic novels. They're just good. I really like them. They're good, but they're not like I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So it's really good. I do enjoy them, but it takes me a while to read them. I don't know why though. It takes me a while to go, I want to read The Walking Dead, and then I read it, and it just takes me a while to get to it. And then the next one I read was my Christian fiction book of the month, and that was The Fairest Beauty by Melanie Dickinson. This is a retelling of Snow White in like a Christian fiction form, but it's still like in the same time period. It's sort of medieval with like damsel in distress and stuff, but she's not that much of a damsel in distress. She does help the prince at some points during it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, but it didn't blow me away. It wasn't anything that was just like, wow, this is so revolutionary. It's such a different take on Snow White. It was really just the Snow White story that we all know and love. And the next book I read was The Walking Dead Volume 6. I think it's This Sorrowful Life, I think. Again, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was good. I don't really have a lot to say about them, but it was good. They were good. And then the last book I reread was Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. As I've said, I read Hunger Games in September. I read Catching Fire in October, and I'm reading Mockingjay in November, probably in the next couple of days, because I need to read it before the film. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Again, it's so good. 5 out of 5 stars. Again, would I ever give a Hunger Games book less than 5 out of 5 stars? Well, Mockingjay got a 4, but it was still good. So, yeah, I'm excited to reread Mockingjay in November, but I haven't got to it yet, because In the Afterlight came out, and I needed to read that, and I need to reread that series. So that's what I read in October, and I will see you in my